Like 4 days ago.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
There's like a family sticker you have right here. Yeah. There's a few others there. Or, anywhere from like
Well, we were doing it today.
I want them to hear you all over in Meadowview and over in Greenhaven Pocket. Teamwork makes dream work. This is definitely the dream working. It's an incredible opportunity for us to talk about something that we've been waiting for a long time. So I just want to kind of give the opening comments. We've got a list of speakers that are going to be here today. I want to thank all of you who are here today, especially those who came out on their bikes. Come on! May is Bike Month, right? Yeah! So I've been a council member for the city of Sacramento over the last 10 years. So let me tell you what I saw. I saw 5 miles of active transportation. 5 miles. I saw construction that kicked off about 18 months ago and is almost being completed. I saw Sacramento offering less stress bike routes that will move Sacramento towards a goal of less dependency on automobiles. I saw a forecast, I was told, a forecast of over 10,000 bicycles and pedestrians who will be using the trail on a regular basis in the first year alone. Yeah. I heard that there was 23,000 feet of rail that was preserved to maintain the historic feel of the corridor. So when you go on your bike ride, you're going to see all that and a whole lot more. It is an incredible bike ride. It's something that we all should be proud of. I am extremely proud of it, that it's in my district and it benefits the entire city of Sacramento and the region of Sacramento. So, give up applause here. I want to acknowledge SACOG and Sacramento Regional Transit. I sit on both of their boards, and they also helped us in this project. Will you give them both a round of applause? That love was for you and the entire staff at SACOG, as well as Regional Transit. This couldn't have happened without you, and we deeply appreciate it. So we've got a number of speakers that I want to bring up. I've got in the audience, I've got Councilmember Mai Bang, I've got Councilmember Vice Mayor Katie Maple, I've got from Caltrans D. Lamb, I've got Brian Ebert from the Southland Park Neighborhood Association, and Jeffy Gotham from Public Works. So these are the folks that are going to come up and have remarks. With that being said, welcome. I'm glad you're here. The next time I see you, I'll see you on a bicycle as we are on the trail. You good with that? Yeah! All right. So I'm going to bring up to the microphone my colleague on the city council, council member Mai Bang. Come on.
It's always hard to follow up after Coach speaks. I call him Coach because I sit right next to him on the dais, and he has a lot of institutional knowledge, incredibly wise, and been at this for a really long time. So really want to commend Councilmember Jennings, and also I saw former Councilmember Jay Chenier in the audience as well. You're going to hear from him later, but really want to thank the champions that made this possible. So I know it's been a long time coming, and it's really excited that we're all here. And I'm excited to cut this ribbon and really to officially open the Del Rail Trail. I'm really proud of our city and our region for making this intentional investment to ensure that we're connecting downtown to Freeport, to Meadowview, to Delta Shores, not just by car, but making sure that we are expanding accessibility in terms of walking and riding bikes. Our trails and our too often right here in South Sacramento, many of our residents lack safe streets and basic infrastructure. And this critical project is an important step to ensure that everyone throughout our city have access to different modes of mobility, different modes of transportation. I also want to note that this trail also connects to the South Sacramento Parkway Trail, which actually just opened last September as well. Expanding safer and more accessible travel routes. I want to take this time to thank Jesse Goffin, our entire city staff, our public works team. Coach already gave a shout out to SACOG, but I also want to give a shout out to James again and SACOG because it was because of SACOG that granted $10 million for us to support this project. I too also sit on SAC-RT and SACOG with Councilmember Jennings as well, and we're doing really great work. We're thinking as a region, but we're also thinking for our city, and this is really important for our residents. And then I also want to take this opportunity, we're elected leaders, but nothing gets done without city staff, but also our community leaders on the ground. I want to give a shout out to my former Active Transportation Commissioner, Ron Brazel, who's been on ATC for many years. He's my eyes and ears on the ground, always calling me, texting me, hey, Councilwoman, what about this street? We got to fix this road, right? And so I really appreciate his steadfast advocacy. I also see Jesse Reese, the president of the Meadowview Neighborhood Association here as well. Want to give him a shout out. And I'm giving these folks a shout out. I see Deb Banks from Saba as well. I want to give these folks a shout out because yes, we're implementing these dollars from the state, from the feds, but nothing gets done without community leaders who are pushing us and saying, hey, what's the status on this project? What's going on, right? And so I want to give them a shout out. Lastly, I also want to say this is a great first step, but we still have so much work to do in the city. We have about $1.4 billion in street deferred maintenance, right? And our budget is 1.6. But I want to say our council is working really hard to chip away by using different sources of revenues, federal and state funding. It's not enough, but we're going to keep fighting for those resources. But prioritizing projects like this throughout our region, from downtown to Pocket to Meadowview to South Sacramento, is so important because it says to our residents that you care, that we love you, that we love our neighborhoods, and we're not going to stop fighting for you. And so I'm so excited to be here, but really the credit goes to all the advocates, to all the workers that's been working really hard to make this possible. So thank you for being out here today. It's also beautiful, so that's like a sign from the ancestors that today is a good day for a bike ride. So yeah, really excited to be here. The next person that I'm going to introduce is someone who is a sister of mine on the Sacramento City Council, fighting really hard for South Sacramento as well. And I want to introduce Vice Mayor Katie Maple.
Always hard to follow these two, but thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Katie Maple, and I'm proudly representing District 5 on the City Council. I cannot say anything more than my colleagues have already said. There's so many benefits to this project, but there's one thing that I really wanted to point out, and that as we have Jessica from one of our local schools here, that this is actually a project that's also going to help kids, right? When we talk about healthy communities, we're talking about our youth. Like, how do they get to school? How do they get home? How can they travel safely on our streets? This is one of the solutions, right? And this is the brain trust of a lot of people and a lot of hours of work. And so I actually wanted to cede my time here to former Councilmember Jay Chenier, who was one of the leaders of this project, and would not be here without him. So please come on up, Jay.
He's also more appropriately dressed than I for this.
Haven't done this in a while. A few things I like to say. First, Kate, thank you, and Mike, thank you. I know you get your sisters, it might be a brother. That was Nicole. Our kid in there was Rick. I used to think that if I ever wrote an autobiography, it would be "You Can't Win" would be the title. This is a win for everyone. I want to add some thank yous. I mean, this was a lift. We spent a number of years putting together the funding, putting together the planning. I want to start with RT, because RT came out with a win on property that they didn't need anymore. They're purchasing. We want to donate it to the city. Really just made it happen. We didn't have to without us. We wanted to partners, and this was the right way to partner and a true partnership. Let's hear it for Regional Transit. I want to add my thank you to James Corliss from SACOG. James, how many times did I call you and say, how about that funding for if there was one reason I wanted to be on SACOG, this was one of the important things to make couple of weeks ago, my son-in-law's family who live in another state, and they spent a few weeks here. They came away loving Sacramento. It was the first time that they had been here. They came away saying, what a beautiful city. We are a beautiful city, and sometimes we take it for granted for what we have here. And when you think of the American River Bike Trail, when you think of Del Rio, when you think of all the trails that we've got, so that you can actually see the city, bird's eye view, bike ride view, is just really important. So just as we need to stop and appreciate that every so often, what we do have. Lots of challenges. I'm so glad I'm not on stage. I'm sure Steve feels the same way.
He says he doesn't want to be there, but he knows how much he loved it because look at the difference that he made. Give him another big round of applause. Beautiful wife, Bina, who's been by his side for 40-something years. Anyway, we got to keep this going on Caltrans. It's very important. I'd like to bring up to the stage D-Lab.
What an honor to be here. I love being with communities first and foremost. It's just an honor working alongside Jesse, working alongside SACOG, working alongside our city of Sacramento, as many cities within the state of California as well. So my name is Dee Lamb, representing Caltrans. I'm the division chief of local assistance. What we do in Caltrans is that we work extensively, wholeheartedly with the many regions, cities, agencies, you can only. What is that in community engagement for problems like this? And what's been instrumental with this Clean California project, I'm over the Clean California Local Grant Project with a phenomenal team. Yes, it proved to be one of the, I think, heartwarming programs that I've experienced. I say this because it hits home with the community. We're on the ground. It's in addition to the states and the highways and the assets there. But what matters is what's on the ground with us, for us, such as the different modes of transportation. What's also very important for the state of California, for Caltrans, is that active transportation component. How do we bolster that? How do we move forward? How do we find more funding? How do we assist, everybody to be able to implement projects like this? So I just want to applaud everybody out here. A little bit about the Clean California program and how you've been so successful in this is the fact that it was, we were provided $296 million for the program. Wanted to let you know that resulted in 329 projects or applications. This project is one of those that got selected out of a pool of 329 applications. That's huge. There was a huge demand for this project, and it's never enough funding as what was shared. But I just wanted to say, you're one of 105 of the 329 applications. We do the math. We're winners here. We're all winners here for this. So I just wanted to say a few things. I'm excited that there's going to be a lot of activity here. I'm excited that it's for the children as well. And I'm excited to see that there's so many there's advocacy, there's everything. We need that behind the state as well. I know that I'm over state funding, but I think it's not just what you see there. It's what transpires from that funding. And it's only made possible by all that are here that actually support those funds, but implement those funds. So here we are. I can't appreciate the invitation enough. I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm here with you all, so thank you so much.
We are here together. So we've got two more speakers, and then the ribbon cutting and the photo opportunity. And I need all of you in this photo opportunity. This is a historic moment. I want to make sure that your face is shown in this place on this day so that you can say, I was there when we cut the ribbon on the Del Rio Trail. So, I was there.
I was there.
I was there.
I was there.
When we cut the ribbon.
We cut the ribbon.
On the Del Rio Trail. Two more speakers. We can't do this without our community. I want to bring up from the Southland Park Neighborhood Association, Brian Ebert. Brian, come on up.
Thank you all. 11 years. This is an 11-year struggle. And you talk about community and community organizing and everyday people getting together. And I look through this crowd, I probably have worked with 75% of you at some point. And And I want to raise your hand if you served on the Southland Park Neighborhood Association Board or the Southland Park Trail Committee for the Del Rio Trail. What happened 11 years ago, actually May is Bike Month, but May of 2014, 10 years ago, was a critical day in the history of this corridor when the State Parks and Recreation Commission voted to remove this corridor as a possible excursion train route. And the Southland Park neighborhood did not end it there as we won the battle and now let's go back to our little NIMBY households and forget it. No, we were not knee-jerk NIMBYs. We said, hey, this land still exists. We need to do something with it. How about something for the community, the whole community, multiple neighborhoods can use? And so what we did was we launched what was called the TAG Committee, the Trail and Greenbelt Committee. In 2014, we started partnering with the city who happened to have a plan on the shelf already called the Del Rio Trail Plan as part of the Master Bike Plan for SACOG. And through the work of Councilmember Jay Schneer, Supervisor Patrick Kennedy, Steve Hansen, and a multitude of other folks, we worked together as a community to get this project launched over the years. And we didn't want it to be just the Southland Park, little badge of honor that we're doing this. We reached out to all the neighborhoods in the area. We reached out to Rio Park, Pocket, Lands Park, Hollywood Park, and we all came together and we had support from Congresswoman Matsui and Senator Richard Pan. And we looked at all the schools in the area. We had school kids, elementary school kids, writing hundreds of letters to SACOG of all folks, right? Saying if a trail is built, this is how we will get to school. And we were having people killed in the streets here in Southland Park by motor vehicles because there are parts of Southland Park that have no sidewalks. Some dangerous intersections built many years ago. And so what this project did was is providing safe route to school. It is providing access to all the amenities of the area was mentioned, access to the Sacramento River, and also all these businesses along the corridor. I think we may start seeing some businesses opening up their doors to the trail side. Maybe we'll see some festivals in this area. We've got a whole list of plans and dreams to go over to Councilmember Jennings.
Good.
And we're talking about festivals, 5K runs. We're talking about all sorts of activities along this trail and adopt a trail program. So get in line to adopt a section of this trail. And we want to make sure that this is just the beginning canvas. And we are thrilled. And I wish Donald Gensler was one of our guest speakers today. But the city of Sacramento, $5 million for public art along this trail corridor. And that part of this trail, I think, is unique from any other trail in this region, and it's going to be a gem for this entire Sacramento region, where you will have major permanent art installations along the trail. Donald's looking at me, get this right, Brian. But it wasn't just about building these monuments along the trail. They also included local artists to do community engagement for the past year and a half, where you've had artists honoring the first peoples of California here along the trail. The history of this trail is not just the railroad. It was the indigenous people, it was the community, the schools, everybody was involved. We had artists out here with 4 and 5-year-olds doing art projects. You had all sorts of community engagement. You had photographers taking photos of people that would use the trail, art exhibits, all of this. And it's just something more than just putting some bulldozers in action and creating level paths for folks. We're going to have dog walkers, joggers, people in wheelchairs, people riding bikes. So not only is it Bike Month, but it is Del Rio Trail Month in my view. And I wanted to also mention that one of the original schools that we reached out to was UC Davis, and we've had some UC Davis professors here for the Landscape Architecture and Design department. Their students, 3 full years of students, have done projects focused on the Del Rio Trail. But just the ingenuity and effort that UC Davis and your students put into this as well, we really appreciate it. So thank you all for being part of this, and I hope to see you all along the trail.
I've been sitting here watching this young lady sit here, eat her lunch, and out here with us, listening to everything that's going on. And I see her taking it all in. One day she's going to be sitting in my seat on the city council because she's taking it all in. And it sounds like we have her approval to move forward with the trail. So give her a round of applause. All right, Jesse, you're in the house. Come on up. Jesse from Public Works, please join me in giving him a round of applause.
Thank you, Councilmember Jennings. Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here to speak on behalf of this project. I've been involved with this project since day one. It's just been a sweet experience for my hearing on Timber Trail Phase 3. We're completing a feasibility study on Morrison Creek, and we are going to award construction on the Niños Parkway in Southwest Homer. So, many years in the making, but we are making progress. So, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
So I just really am happy that you're all here today, being a part of this. So with that, we're going to cut the ribbon. We're going to take this historic picture.
So, you know, we're still in the preliminary, but and I unfortunately was not able to join the bike ride yesterday. So did you go?
No, it was so busy, but I
Oh.
had other things.
Dude, I
literally
flew over. Did you go?
I
Oh, you went.
well, I didn't go the whole way. I like found.
She doesn't influence crowd. That happens every now and then, and you're not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, I know. I was just
But, oh yeah.
Watch out behind you, Brian. Behind you. They're just being careful.
Lead the way. There we go.